insult. Do you think you can fool me by changing your appearance? Liu Liyuan thought to herself, how does this bastard know that I used to work in a nightclub and that I changed my appearance? It has been 10 years, no one should know about that anymore. Li Rubing also walked up to Wu Chen and said, I didn't expect you to know about such trivial matters. Your intelligence is truly impressive. Wu Chen turned to look at Li Rubing and said, it's too early to be impressed. Wait a little longer and you'll be shocked. At this moment, Lu Guannian, the chairman of the Donghai Yuli Group, appeared. He said, why are you making such a fuss? Liu Liyuan quickly ran over and threw herself into Lu Guannian's arms. Darling, that bastard dares to bully me. He said that I used to work in a nightclub. You have to deal with him. Lu Guannian comforted her. Don't cry. I'll take care of this. Lu Guannian turned to Li Rubing and asked, Miss Li, who is this? Li Rubing replied, he is my boyfriend, Wu Chen. Lu Guannian approached Wu Chen and said in a loud voice, I, Lu Guannian, am also a well-known figure in Donghai. You dare to insult my wife, which is the same as insulting me. This matter cannot be resolved with just a few words. Wu Chen replied, there is one person who can resolve this matter for me. Lu Guannian sneered, do you think that just because you have the Li family as your backer, you can touch me? Wu Chen denied it. I'm not talking about Rubing, but about Mei Huafang. Lu Guannian was shocked. How do you know her? Li Rubing also didn't understand why Lu Guannian was so terrified when he heard that name. Wu Chen said, can we walk and talk, Boss Lu? Lu Guannian had no choice but to follow behind Wu Chen. After they were far enough away, Wu Chen opened his mouth. I have two things to tell you. The first thing is about Liu Liyuan. 10 years ago, Liu Liyuan worked in a nightclub and made a lot of money. During that time, she met a very wealthy client. This client started a real estate business. When he was young, he had a fight with someone and was seriously injured. When he was discharged from the hospital, the doctor told him that it would be difficult for him to have children in the future. As the doctor said, he failed even with IVF. After a long time of deliberation, the client told Liu Liyuan everything. Liu Liyuan knew this secret and came up with a cunning plan. She had plastic surgery, changed her name to Liu Kaixiu, and became the client's woman. 3 months later, Liu Kaixiu got pregnant and gave birth to a baby boy. Of course, it wasn't the client's child, but the child of Liu Liyuan and someone else. They knew that you would go for a paternity test, so they paid the doctor a large sum of money to change the results. By now, you must have realized that your son don't looks less and less like you as he grows up. It's just that you don't dare to face the truth. This is not the end of their plan. Their ultimate goal is to have you die in an accident and then take all of your property. Lu Guannian calmly asked, do you think I'll believe you just because you say so? Wu Chen continued to provide more information. Your wife's cousin is working in your company, right? He is not the cousin, he is her paramour. The two of them are still having an affair. Yesterday afternoon they still went out to secretly with each other. It's not difficult to investigate this. You can do it yourself. Of course, you can just ask her, but whether she will tell the truth or not, you'll need to use some methods. Lu Guannian quickly walked towards Liu Liyuan and said, Kaixiu, where did you and your cousin go yesterday? Liu Liyuan tried to control her fear and replied, in the office until the end of the day. Lu Guannian denied it. No, he told me yesterday that he went out with a client and wasn't in the company. Liu Liyuan still replied foolishly, is that so? Maybe he remembered wrongly. Lu Guannian's face darkened. He remembered wrongly. Then I'll call him now and ask. Liu Liyuan quickly explained, I remember now. I did go out with a client, but I came back at 3 p.m. Then, I am at the office. Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? That bastard humiliated me. Do you not care about me or your son anymore? Lu Guannian couldn't hold back his anger anymore. He slapped Liu Liyuan and shouted, shut up. Do you still think I don't know about your relationship with him? Get out, and I'll deal with you later. Then, Lu Guannian lowered his voice. I'm sorry to let you see this. Li Rubing replied, don't worry, we won't say anything. Lu Guannian said sadly, I just wanted to have someone to inherit my legacy, but I didn't expect it to be an opportunity for others to take advantage of me. Lu Guannian clenched his fists and then let go. Forget it. I'll accept that I won't have any children in my life. Wu Chen denied Lu Guangnian's words. No, Boss Lu, you do have an excellent son. Lu Guangnian was surprised. What? Wu Chen continued. That's what I'm going to tell you next. Wu Chen continued to tell the story. There was a couple who were childhood sweethearts. They both loved each other deeply and wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. But after the man started making money, he lost his mind and ended up breaking up with his first love, betraying their relationship. He took his money and ran away with his new lover, but he didn't know that his first love was pregnant at the time. The girl gave birth to a son, and because she was an unwed mother, her parents cut off all ties with her. She raised her son on her own, and her hatred for the man who had left her never faded. She always told her son that his father was dead. The boy grew up to be successful and had a family of his own. Now, the family of 4 lives happily together. So, you even has a granddaughter now. Your granddaughter is in love, and I'm sure you'll like her when you meet her. Lu Guangnian asked nervously, what's my son's name? Wu Chen replied, Amei Joe, he takes his mother's surname. Lu Guangnian sighed, Zifang, she is still not married. Wu Chen continued, maybe it's because she doesn't trust men anymore, that's why she's still not married. She's still living in Donghai. She must know that you've become rich, but she's never thought about looking for you. Maybe the hurt you caused her was too great. This is Amei Huafang's current address. You can go and see for yourself if she's really forgiven you. Lu Guangnian took the piece of paper from Wu Chen and quickly left the restaurant, not forgetting to say, brother, if I get back together with Zifang, I'll definitely not forget you. Li Rubing said to Wu Chen, so, Lu Guangnian owes you a favor now. Wu Chen smiled slightly. I might be able to use him in the future. After dinner, Li Rubing drove Wu Chen back to his apartment. Wu Chen said goodbye to Li Rubing. See you later. Before Wu Chen could leave, Li Rubing called out to him, Wu Chen, come back here. I have something to tell you. Wu Chen turned around. What's wrong? Li Rubing reached out and pulled Wu Chen's collar. She leaned in and kissed Wu Chen forcefully. Li Rubing said, didn't Din Rulong like to send people to follow me? Let's piss him off. Wu Chen smiled and said, this must be your first kiss, right? Li Rubing asked, this is one of your informants. Wu Chen turned around. No, it's just that I think you're a bit clumsy. My lips are a little sore. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Just then, 2 girls appeared in front of Wu Chen's door. Mu Qianchen said, Li, I'm so hungry. Let's go buy some food. Let's not wait anymore. The other girl replied, no, we have to wait for that shameless pervert, and then I'll kick him. Mu Qianchen hesitated, but I was willing. The other girl scolded angrily, are you crazy? He's brainwashed you. This time, I'm definitely not going to let him off the hook. Mu Qianchen asked, but isn't he the one you arranged for? How does he know so much about you? The other girl snapped. What does that have to do with me? The most important thing is to find him and teach him a lesson. Mu Qianchen felt sorry. She thought that Li was just curious about Wu Chen and wanted to ask him a few questions. She didn't expect her to react so strongly. At that moment, Wu Chen appeared in the hallway. Mu Qianchen said, he's here. Wu Chen was a little surprised. Oh, you're all here. The other girl spoke up. You're the bastard who, you can tell by his face, that he's not a good person. Wu Chen smiled. If you knew that I was a bad person, why did you come to me on your own? Wu Chen put his hands in his pockets. The pink-haired girl took out an electric baton and threatened him. What are you going to do? I'm warning you to stay away from me. Wu Chen ignored her and walked past the 2 of them. I opened the door. The pink-haired girl yelled angrily, you dare to deceive me. I'm going to kill you. Mu Qianchen tried to stop her. Li, don't. Before the pink-haired girl could get close, Wu Chen said, Ziwei had another woman. You're not the only woman he has. The pink-haired girl stopped. What did you say? Wu Chen turned his head and explained, Ziwei have been back in Donghai for days, right? Before he met you, he went to Unit 201, Building 19, Shuyuan Road, to see my girlfriend. Then he went to drink with his friend. Yesterday, he ran out of money and came to see you. To him, you're nothing more than a walking wallet. The pink-haired girl asked, are you telling the truth? Wu Chen replied, if you don't believe me, call him yourself. The pink-haired girl was furious. I'll call him now to prove that you're lying. The pink-haired girl dialed Ziwei's number. Baby, "Where are you?" Ziwei quickly replied, "I'm at home." The pink-haired girl continued, "There are 10,000 in the house. Read the serial number of the first sheet for me." Ziwei started to make excuses. "Oh, I'm in the bathroom. I'll call you back in half an hour." The pink-haired girl was furious. She ran out of the house. "Ziwei,